Masha, you hold the train. We must be able to see the left. Great. The table is gone. The sound is gone.
Should be okay, I think.
Can you see both legs?
He's moved the screen away, so I can't see that.
Thank you. He doesn't hear.
Yeah, this is
No, something. Oh, okay. Good. Good afternoon all from South Africa. It's good afternoon. We passed 2 o'clock. Few minutes delay in moving all the equipment from the recital room to the closing ceremony room. Let us start off by sounding the dedication. Atmane Namah. Atha. Ladies and gentlemen, this just to give you a layout of the setup first, there's a presentation that you're going to see. We are putting it on a screen because of various technical reasons and not projecting it on the wall. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see from there. And what you'll also be seeing is the lighting of the lamps that will take place over there. Now, this presentation, it starts off by saying closing ceremony in praise of the 29 great sages and the 29 great Vyasas, but it says 24th of December 2022. I thought I had an easy night last night. All I had to do was put the presentation on a memory stick and bring it here, only to discover I haven't changed the dates yet. So it's the same presentation as last year. Today is the 22nd of December. It's one day after the summer solstice, so which means the days are going to get shorter. But with each day that goes past, we're getting closer to winter as well now. Okay, so we're halfway through summer. So this is 21st of December 2023. Now, I had done this presentation last year, so I'm not going to go through it all in detail again this year. All right? Now, I'll need somebody to go to the next slide.
Yeah, I'll drive it.
Okay, thank you. So, we heard in the recital that there are 4 ages of civilization, starting from the Krita Yuga, where people, Krita, accomplished in the truth, it had been achieved, followed by the Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga, and it's detailed more on the next slide. One back, please. So the first age, it's 1.7 million years. That degenerates into the Treta Yuga, which is the Silver Age. That's 1.2 million years. And then that degenerates into the Dwapara Yuga, the Bronze Age, 864,000 years. And then the Kali Yuga, which is the current age, 432,000 years. The mathematics, the arithmetics is very, very easy. You just got to remember the number 4, and I said this yesterday, and I won't mind saying last year, and I won't mind saying it as often as I can. 4, it's my birthday, 4th of October, okay? So that's very, very easy to remember, very easy. So if you've got 4, you just go backwards, 432. So it's 432,000 years. And then the next age after the Kali Yuga, going backwards, it's double that. And then the Treta is 3 times the Kali Yuga, and then the Sat is 4 times that. Okay, so that's how you get 1.7. So interestingly, this is 432,000 years, but when you add up all the age, it becomes 4.32 million years. All right. So very easy arithmetic. I'm going to do a test at the end and see if you can remember that. Very easy. if you remember the number 4, we A for away, all right? Good, so let's move on. So what happens is, so each cycle is 4.3 million years. That's going from the 4 yugas, from the Satyug, the Golden Age, to the Treta Yug, the Silver Age, to the Dwapara Yug, the Bronze Age, and then to the Iron Age, the Kali Yuga. The entire cycle is 4.3 million years, and that's called a Mahayuga. 1,000 of these cycles, so 1,000 of 4.3 million years, which is 4.3 billion years, 1,000 of these cycles is one day of Brahma. So we're going to come back to that in a few moments. Let's come back to the yugas. Next slide. So in this 1,000 cycles of these yugas, so it's going from the Satyug to the Kali Yuga and back again. In 1,000 of these cycles, there are 14 manus that reside over them. There's 14 manus that rule. So at the moment, and I've got them on the screen there, at the moment, next slide please. At the moment in this 4.3 billion years, which is one day of Brahma, we almost halfway through one day of Brahma. So it's almost afternoon for Brahma, okay? And so what this means is that 6 Manu avatars have taken place, and we were the 7th one now. Because there are 14 Manus that rule over the one day of Brahma. So we're halfway through, 6 have taken place, we're on the 7th, and the 7th one there is the Vyasas Manu. His onset is very similar to the story of Noah's Ark in the Bible. Next one. So I've got the names of the Manus and I've got the ages, but we'll move on. So, and we'll move on, we'll go to the next one. So, when each Manu rules, there are about 71 and a half yugas that take place of these 4.3 million years. There's 71 of those that take place, all right? So whenever there's one Manu, we go from Satyug, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga once, twice, 3 times, 71 and a half times, okay? Then the Manu probably says, sure, I've had enough. Somebody else takes over, and then you get another Manu coming, and he starts off with reigning over the 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 3 cycles. Sure, by the time he gets to 71 and a half, he says, I've had enough, and he gives it to another Manu. So we've been through 6 Manus, and we're currently with the current Manu, Vyasas Manu, and in this Manu here, of the 71 and a half cycles, 28 have taken place. So we've been through this entire yugas, all 4 of them, 28 times. We're on the current 28th one. Quite something about this history, isn't it? On the 28th one. So let's go to the next slide. This is how Vyasas Manu comes about. I won't go through it. It's similar to the story of Noah's Ark. Let's keep going. Next slide, next slide, next slide. So, at the start of the Satyuga, it's also called Krita. We heard it in the recital. The Krita means it's sort of having done already. They were purified. They were one with the self. It's 100% Dharma that's upheld. By the time we get to the end of the Satyuga and the start of the Treta Yuga, there's only 75% of truth that is upheld. And by the time that age comes to an end, the Treta, before we start with the Dwapara, 50% of Dharma is upheld. And when we start with the Kali Yuga, which is the age we are in now, we're starting with a bad handicap. Only 25% of truth has been upheld. And it's going to get to 0 towards the end. So, how does this work? Let's go on. It is said there are 4 pillars of truth. It's Satyam, Daya, Tapas, and Dana. So this truth itself are the 4 pillars of Dharma: truth, compassion, austerity, and protection. So these are detailed out in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. So those are the 4 pillars of truth. Each of these declines by 25% in each yuga. So we have the next slide. So the truth is countered with untruth. It's to reduce by untruth, compassion with violence, austerity with discontent, and protection with discord. those negative qualities bring forth a decline in these 4 pillars of Dharma. Okay, let's go. And in each yuga, the untruth, violence, discontent, discord intensifies, and eventually, at the start of this yuga, the 4 pillars of Dharma, only a quarter of truth is upheld, only a quarter of compassion, austerity, and protection each is upheld. Okay? So, what happens now with we're in a very negative situation? Only 25% of truth is upheld. We need some help, don't we? Whoa, here comes Vyasa. Okay, so let's take the next slide. So I put a red arrow there. So as the truth is deep, we're going clockwise from Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. There's something very significant happens before the Kali Yuga starts. So the wise men know, God knows that only 25% of Dharma is being upheld. Men will be short-lived. They won't be able to study. They won't be able to do things. What to do in this age where there's only 25% of truth upheld? What to do for mankind's salvation? Next slide. And this is this is where you have a Vyasa. So from the transition from the Dwapara Yuga to the Kali Yuga, in other words, from the Bronze Age to the Iron Age, when only 25% of truth is being upheld to start off with, one of the great sages takes on the role to divide Vyasa, the Veda. So it's called Vyasa. Vyasa is to divide, to allocate, something like that. So one of the great sages takes a role to divide the Veda and make it known to mankind in this age where only 25% of truth is upheld. So, all of us this week have had an uplifting experience, not so, with the recital of the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Right? That came about because Vyasa distilled the teaching into the Shrimad Bhagavatam for the Kali Yuga. See that? So what we've experienced now, it's this being made alive. Vyasa took the Vedas, he simplified it. The last that he had done was he had created the Mahabharata, 100,000 verses. So we've taken 1 week for 18,000 verses, 14,000. It will take us forever to do 100,000, right? So Narad Muni told him, this is not going to work. You need to simplify it even more. So then he created the Shrimad Bhagavatam. So look at us in the Kali Yuga now, we've had glimpses of truth. It's because of Vyasa's work. So, his actual name is Krishna Dwapayana because he was born on an island and he was of a dark blue complexion. So, island is a Dwipa and Krishna is the dark blue complexion. So, his actual name was Krishna Dwapayana, but because he played the role of categorizing the Vedas, he's called a Vyasa. Now, likewise, we're in the 28th cycle. For all the prior cycles, so you go 4.3 million years back and 4.3 million years back, for each of those cycles, there has been somebody that played the role of the Vyasa. Now, the scriptures have got recorded who those were. How's that? So go 4.3 million years time, 28, it's recorded who played the role. And not only that, it's also stated who's going to be the next Vyasa for the next cycle when this happens. So this ceremony, which I don't know if anybody else performs this ceremony, is we'll be lighting a lamp for each of the sages that played the role for the Vyasa, coming up to the current one, and we'll also be lighting the lamp for the person that's going to play the role of Vyasa going forward. That's what the ceremony is about. Okay? Everybody understands the background and the significance? All right? I think this is historic. I don't think it's ever happened before. I'd like to think it not, but I'm hoping it has. And we did it last year, so let's move on from there. So, let's carry on. And now we're going to light a lamp for each of the great Vyasas. So let's carry on. So in this Manu, the first time we went through the cycle, the first time truth degenerated, the first time the truth was degenerating and it was going from Dwapara Yuga to the Kali Yuga, the first time this happened, and it was when the day of Brahma just started 1.8 billion years ago. The person that played the role of bringing the teaching, distilling it for the Kali Yuga was Brahma himself. So, I'm going to ask Harsha to come forth and to light the name for Brahma. To light the lamp for Brahma. And we're also just testing the camera to see if it's all coming through. Jairam will be lighting the lamp for the first Vyasa, and that is Brahma. Good. So now, in the interest of time, we're going to do it in another way. Let's move on. So let us all say Brahma. Yeah, we're going to go through this history. Next slide. The next is one back. The next was Prajapati. Let's say Prajapati. So he was in the second cycle, and if we start from the first day of Brahma, that was now we're going 8.2 million years. And then the third one, let's have the next slide. Shukra, let's say Shukra. Good, here was the third Ved Vyasa. Next slide. Brihaspati. Next slide. Surya. Next slide. Yama. You know who's Yama? Mid-Joe Black, god of death. Okay, yeah. Next slide. Indra. Okay, he was the seventh one. So let's go to the next slide. Hopefully this works. Yeah. So we've got a pause here, and we've got the first 7 Ved Vyasas, and Harsha is now going to organize for 6 ladies to come forward and to write the lamps for these names that we have on the screen. Harsha has just done Brahma, so we'll have 6 ladies to come forth, please. Harsha? You can have the men as well, so it's fine.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, yeah. Just going according to the row, Harsha. Natasha. So if you stand behind, if everybody stands behind, yeah. Oh well, actually stand here. Stand this side, and then we're putting the lit lamp there. So as the lamps are being lit, I'm not sure if it's coming across clearly on the screen. As the lamps are being lit, they're being put on the table, where there's a lovely statue of Krishna, and then we'll have Hansa. Niruben. So just consider what we're doing, like Hansa. It's like count. How many have you done so far, Harsha? 4, 5, 6. So Hansa is a Surya. She's like honoring Ved Vyasa that took place so many millions of years ago. Imagine that, eh? And then we have Niruben next, and this is Niruben number 5. 6? Yeah, so that's right. So there's 6 lamps so far in total, is it? And then we'll have Roshni to come forth. Roshni, yes. And then we have Indra. So while the lamps are being lit, just consider what's happening. Those millions of years ago, when civilization was moving into the Dwapara Yuga, truth was declined to 25%. A great sage took the role of distilling the Vedas and making it known for the Kali Yuga. We are honoring that sage that did it those millions of years ago. Isn't that something? Eh? Yes, good. So as you ladies light the lamp, and well, men as well, as you light the lamp, like Roshni has just lit that lamp, just imagine, Roshni, what you've done. The person that played the role of Ved Vyasa those millions of years ago, we're honoring that. Likewise with everybody, okay? Good? All right, so let's move on with the presentation. Then the 8th is Vasishta. Let's say Vasishta. It's very famous in the Ramayana. Next one. Saraswata. So I got it wrong. It's a Sha. Saraswata. Next. Tridhama. Next. Tribrisha. Next. Bharadwaja. Next. Antariksha. Next. Dharma. Next. So we have that. So now we'll have Harini, and we'll just go this way. So Harini, yes, and then we'll have Savitaben, Jayant, Maya. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Serge. And the lady? Mayuri. So if you could all come up in that order, right? Come through, Serge, that's fine. I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Mayur as well. That's right. Mayur, you too. Mayur? Ah. Bhavesh, I'm saying Mayur. Bhavesh. I got caught in history there. How's it been in the So again, just think of it. So Harini is lit the lamp for Vashishta, Savitaben for Saraswata. It took place millions and millions of years ago. Eh? That's the sage that you're honoring now. Maya, you lighting the lamp for Tridharma. Now Tridharma at the time was trying to get people out of Maya, and Maya is lighting a lamp for him now. How's that, eh? All those years, Tridharma was trying to get people out of Maya. He simplified the Vedas, and now Maya is honoring him now after all these billions. She said she's showing who's boss here. Maya is boss. Mayur. Right, Mayuri. So she's doing for Bharadwaja. I can't think, but somehow you're all linked with those names in the past. So imagine having that grace on you now, possibly, hey, isn't it? No, we did the middle, previous one. Good. And then let's continue. So now, just to pause here, from when Brahma's day started, right? It's 1.9 million years into Brahma's day, and it's 64,000 years into that yuga, 64 million years of those cycles, all right? So 64 million years of this current cycle of the Manu, 1.9 million years ago. It was at the time of 1.9 billion years of Brahma. Okay, so here we have Ayuruni. Ayaruni. Let us say Ayaruni. Let us study Sanskrit, keep things in Sanskrit. Next one. Dhananjaya. Next. Medhatithi. Rati. Next. Atri. Yes, next. Gautama. Next. Uttama. Next. And then that's the next 7, right? So let's see. We'll have Sujata, Paresh, Jyoti. We'll have Satish and Mr. Vallabh and Babubai. So how many would that be? 3, 4, 5. And we'll have Dipendra as well, our IT person. So Sujata is now lighting for Ayaruni. All those millions of years ago, Sujata, imagine, hey? And Paresh is doing for Dhananjaya. I imagine what they're thinking after all these years we're being acknowledged. Jyoti is doing for Medhatiti. All these years, somebody is acknowledging the efforts done. And then Satish, come through Satish. He is lighting for Vrati. And then Babu Jairam, he's lighting for Gautama. So Babu has been a great stalwart this week with his service. And so today he's honoring Gautama, and may Gautama's blessings be showered upon him. And then Dipendra is doing Uttama. So Dipendra has put all this together with the so it's quite right, he's getting the Uttama, the highest. Uttama, so rightfully so, because he put this all together. He put the whole week together with the IT and the scheduling and the cameras and everything else, the YouTube. So he's lighting the lamp for Uttama. Uttama is making it a bit more difficult for him at the moment. He wants to test Dipendra's perseverance. Dipendra is not giving up. He wants to acknowledge Uttama. The matches says, yes, he is indeed. So we got it there. So Dipendra is honoring Uttama. And may Uttama confer his blessings for putting together all this fine work for the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Oh, hang on, sorry, I miscounted. Did I miss someone? Did I mention somebody's name? Dhananjaya? Dhananjaya? Okay, Mr. Vallabh, can you wait for a moment, please? Oh, I did it wrong. Let's see, who did we start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right. I'm sorry, Mr. Vallabh. Okay, good. So let's move on then with the presentation. Mr. Vallabh, if you could wait here, let's continue with the presentation.
There's only 20 years.
You provide the birth law.
I'll tell you what, we'll... Okay, 1 minute. Are there 20? You started?
No,
Okay, so you should have done Ayurani actually. You should have done Ayurani. Who was next? Dhananjaya, Medatiti, oh it's right actually. And then Vrati, who was? Satish was Vrati, Babu was Gautama, and Dipendra was Uttama. Atri, we must Atri. Okay. Very good. Well, Atri Muni is also a very divine sage, Atri Muni. Do you know what he's famous for? So maybe that's why maybe Atri Muni wanted Mr. Vallabh to do that. Do you know what Atri Muni famous for? Who was his wife? Anasuya. And who did they give birth to? Dattatreya, the first guru. Yes, that's Atri Muni. So he wanted Mr. Vallabh. That's his doing. Sorry, not my fault. Okay. He wanted Mr. Vallabh to honor him, the father of Dattatreya. Now let's continue. So the presentation, you on the screen, there we go, click. Vajashrava, let us do sound there. So it's Vajashrava Vena. Let's continue. Soma. Yes, next. Trina Bindu. Next. Bhargava. Next. Shakti. Next. Jatukarnya. And I think, yes, so, and now we're coming to after Jatukarna, we're coming to our Vyasa, whose words we were reading this week. So that's Krishna Dwapayana, and let's continue. So we've been through the story of them, and let's say Krishna Dwapayana. Yes, very good. And let's continue. Okay, now, people that are going to be around 4.3 million years after us. Right? For those that are going to be 4.3 million years after us, we know who's going to distill the teaching for them. And for all that we've received from our Vyasa, we'd like them to receive the same from their Vyasa, isn't it? So we'll light a lamp for the next Vyasa, who is none other than the famous person from the Mahabharata, the son of Drona, and let's put that up, Ashwatthama. Let us say Ashwatthama is going to be the next Vyasa. So let's put the slides up. Too much talking, I can't think, so everybody quiet please, okay? So where did we stop? We stopped at Uttama. Yeah, we stopped at Uttama. Okay, so now we start again, right? So I'm just going to call it up one at a time. So now we're going to do Vyasas Vena. So we'll start again from the start, and we have Ashika coming. Do we have an accountant here? Ramesh, can you just check if I'm following, right?
Yeah.
Good. So we have Vyasas Vena. And Ramesh, if you can come and you can do Soma. And then we'll have Natasha to do Trina Bindu. So some of you are going to get some of you are not going to get a chance to light the lamp twice. So, just take it as it's being lit on behalf of all of us, all right? So where was Natasha, someone? Trina Bindu, well done. And then we have Hansa to do Bhargava. Hansa to do Bhargava. And Shakti, so Nirben will be doing Shakti. Does anybody know what Shakti is famous? What's his fame? All right, let's go backwards. Vyasa Krishna Dwapayana, his father was? Parasara. Parasara's father, well, Shuka, think of Shuka, who narrated the Shrimad Bhagavatam, his father was Krishna Dwapayana, Vyasa. Vyasa's father was Parasara. Who was Parasara's father? Hint, hint, hint. Shakti. And who was his father? Vashishta. Who was Vashishta's father? Brahma. Where were we with Nirubin? Shakti, yes. And then we have Roshni to do Jatu Karnya. Roshni, this feels like yesterday, 4.3 million years ago. It feels like yesterday compared to the billion years that we've done. And then for the current Vyasa, I think look how it's worked out. For the current Vyasa, the persons that done a super job in putting all this week together, Dipendra, his wife Harini lawfully gets it in the sequence. How's that? Isn't that lawful? Right? Now, to light the lamp, so Harini is doing the lamp for the current Vyasa, which is Krishna Dwapayana. Now, to light the lamp for the forthcoming one, I always get into trouble. I fear for my life. No. There's a principle behind this. So I always get into trouble. People say, why didn't you choose me? And why did you leave me out? And why so? So the principle is, because it's for the forthcoming one, it's got to be the youngest person here. Now I may look like it. Okay. I may look like it. And all you ladies, definitely you look a lot younger. Definitely all of you look a lot younger. But if you don't mind, if you have consensus, maybe can we get Bhavesh to do it? He's the sort of light here on, you know what I mean? So we let the light to come. Bhavesh?
Mr. Raman, we have to light one.
No. I'll stand with him. Good. There we go. Thank you. So Bhavesh will light it. So we'll have the youngest and the second youngest. All right, and the next slide. The next slide, keep going. Yes, so that next slide. Well, that concludes it, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it, and I just want to, while we're live on stream, I just want to welcome Sri Jayadevbhai Shukla, who's the resident priest at the Lakshmi Narayan Temple, and he will be officiating for the next ceremony number 2, which is the fire sacrifice, the Havan, in which we'll be pouring oblations and passing on our gratitude for the gods for having presided over the satsanga. All of you will be meeting Jayadevbhai in a few minutes as we move the cameras we'll bring this to close. Thank you all very much for participating in 2.8 billion years of history. Good. Let's bring this to close. Paramatmane Namah. Oops. Om Tat Sat. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and those online, if you could please be patient while we rearrange things and set up everything so you can see the Havan taking place, the final closing ceremony, the duration of which will be 1 hour. Thank you. Namaste, Jiriban. Welcome. If you can put the chairs in all places, the Havan.
We certainly can use that. We have some challenges. We certainly can use that. I'm done.
This one, which direction?
and lower down. Yeah, this is fine. Now we're using
Well,
let's
we
use
don't.
beef. Lights, lights. You protect the lights. Use that. Yeah. That one. So can you switch it? This one. No, this. Yeah.
How sensitive is it?
No, it's fine. This is quite thick.
Leave this way. But this one's light is doesn't matter, right?
I'll tell you now.
This is too thick. Too thick. Yeah.
Maybe put it there. It's too thick.
Too thick. Too,
Put it on the floor. Yeah, like this.
good idea. Is there a next we can go? Let's see something. We can bring a small stool. Satish, can you bring a small stool? Small stool. Stool. Can you just say we want to just test it? Say something like one of your verses or something.
स्वस्तिस्तु या विनाशाख्या धर्माय प्रिया नित्या येन इन्द्रो वृधस्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूगा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवंसस्तनु Virvashe Mahideva
Nothing to
Ikan
worry about. Just leave it on the floor. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but just leave it on the floor.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
but just yeah, it's fine. You know what?
You know what's going to happen, yeah?
No. Put it on the floor. It's fine. This thing's gonna fall. Yeah, that's
Isn't that going to block the sound?
I'm ready to start. Supposed to be cheap all the time. Shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. Chamya pranayam. Both of you take one spoon water in the right palm and drink. Do this 3 times, 1 time, 1 spoon. In your right palm, drink. Second time. Om Keshwaya Namah. Om Narayanaaya Namah. Third time. Om Madhavaya Namah. Continue your hands. Om Aya Iti Hasta Vrakshalya. Om Namo Bhagavate. Repeat with me. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Vasudevaya. Indro Radasrava Swasti Puga Vishwaveda Swasti Nastarakshu Arishthanevi Swasti No Brahaspati Radadatu Swasti Stuya Vinashakya Dharma Kalyana Siddhida Vinayakam Priya Nitya Tancha Swastim Bruvanduna यः श्री स्वयं सुकृतीनां भवने स्वलक्ष्मी पापात्मनां प्रवदयां हृदयेषु बुद्धि श्रद्धा सतान् कुलजनप्रभवस्य लज्जा तान् त्वान्नता स्म परिपालय देवि विश्वम् ॐ श्रीमन्महागणाधिपतये नमः ॐ इष्टदेवताभ्यो नमः ॐ कुलदेवताभ्यो नमः ॐ ग्रामदेवताभ्यो नमः ओम स्थान देवताभ्यो नमः ओम वाणी हिरण्यगर्भाभ्यां नमः ओम लक्ष्मी नारायणाभ्यां नमः ओम नमः ओम शशिपुरन्द्राभ्यां नमः ओम मातृदर्शनकमलेभ्यो नमः ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः ओम सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः सुमुखस्य दन्तस्य कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरस्य विकटो विघ्नासो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणात् बालचंद्रो गजाननः एतानि नामानि एवढ सुण्यादवे विद्यारंभे विवाहे च प्रवेशे दीर्घमे तदा संग्रामे संकटेश्चैव विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते विनायकं गुरुं भानुं ब्रह्म विष्णु महेश्वरान् सरस्वती ब्रह्म्यादौ सर्वकार्यार्थसिद्धये ओ अद्यादिवासुतमोमासुतुंगारमासे मार्गशीर्षमासे शुद्धोषेचास्यायान्ति वासरायां वेत्तायां स्मृति पुराण उक्त पुण्य फल प्राप्ति सुखाय हवन यथा उपचार अहम करिष्ये शादी पूजते रक्षण करिष्ये ओमोपसर्वन्तु ते भूता ये भूता संस्थिताः ये भूता विघ्नकर्तारस्तेन शिवाग्नयः अपक्रामन्तु भूतानि विशाचः सर्ववशं सर्वेषाम् अविरोधे पूजा कर्म समारभते हिमगः संवाहः संवसामतिस्वर आवाहये प्रतीच्य शरणं व्यासमतिं भूस्वः अस्मिन् कलशे वर्णं साङ्गं सपरिवारं साधं सशक्तिम् आवाहयामि आवाहनार्थक्षतां समर्पयामि ह्रीं प्रतिष्ठा सर्वदेवानां मित्रा पूर्णदिन्दा प्रतिष्ठा जगन्मण्डले देवतिस्मृणाय नमः प्रतिष्ठो वरदो भव भूर्भुवः स्वः कलशस्मृणाय नमः सर्वोपचारार्थे गन्धं पुष्पं समर्पयामि कलशस्य मुखे विष्णुकण्ठे रुद्रः मूले प्रदर्शितो ब्रह्मा मध्ये मातृ कुक्षौ दोषागरः सरस्वत्यद्विपसुन्दरः ऋग्वेदो यजुर्वेद सामवेदमश्च सहितासने कलशं सुमनसितः अत्र गायत्री सावित्री शान्तिः पुष्टिः करिदधा चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिन्धु कावेरी जलस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु करे सृष्टानि देर्वे तेन सत्येन वेदे तन्देहि दिवाकर पूर्वे ऋग्वेदाय नमः दक्षिणे यजुर्वेदाय नमः पश्चिमे सामवेदाय नमः उत्तरे अथर्ववेदाय नमः अपारे वरुणाय नमः ह्रीं देवदानवसंवादे मध्ये माने महोदधौ उत्पन्नो शीतता कुम्भो त्वत्तो ये तीर्थानि देवाः सर्वहितशुधः विष्णवे नमः विष्णवे नमः विष्णवे नमः ओम वरुणाय 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 नमः तस्मादकादकं ग्राह्ये पवित्रः पवित्रो सर्वसंगत्वय अस्मरिपुण्डरीकाक्षं सुवाह्याक्षरशुचिः पवित्रमस्तु 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 भौदीपदेवरूपस्तु कर्मसाक्षी विघ्नकृत् यावत् पूजां करिष्यामि तावत् त्वं सुस्थिरो भव नमः सवित्रे एकचक्षुषे जगत्प्रसूते स्थितिनाथवे त्रयीमयाय त्रिगुणात्मधारिणे विरञ्चि नारायण शङ्करात्मने भूर्भुवः स्वः दीपस्तदेवताय नमः सर्वोपचारार्थे गन्धाक्षतुष्पाणिं समर्पयामि सूर्याय नमस्कारान् भावे पूजयामि समुद्रवसनदेवी पर्वतस्तन्मण्डले विष्णुपति नमस्सर्जं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपति निधीनां त्वा निधिपतिगुं हवामहे वसुः मम ह्रीमागच्छ देवदेवेश तेजोराशे जगत्पदे क्रियमाणां मया पूजां गृहाण गणनायक ह्रीं रम्यं सुशोभनं दिव्यं सर्वसौख्यकरं स्वम् आसनं च मया दत्तं गृहाण गणनायकस्य ध्यानार्थे पुष्पम् आवाहनार्थे क्षतान् आसनार्थे पत्रपुष्पं च समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि ॐ श्रवोदकं निर्मलं च सर्वसौगन्धसंयुतं पादप्रक्षालनार्थाय दत्तन्ते प्रतिगृहीतां श्रीमती सहित महागजाननाय नमः पाद्यो पाद्यजलं समर्पय ह्रीं ताम्रपात्रसिदन्तोऽयं गन्धपुष्पफलान्वितं स हिरण्यं ददाति गृहाणगणनाय श्रीमती सहित महागजाननाय नमः हस्तयोर्घ्यं समर्पयामि by the hands. ह्रीं सर्वतीर्थसभायुक्तं सुगतिं निर्मलं जलमाचम्यतां मया दत्तं गृहाणगणनाय श्रीमती सहित महागजाननाय नमः मुखे आचमनीयं समर्पयामि by the trunk. ह्रीं गंगा सरस्वती देवा पयुषणी नर्मदा जलैः स्नापितोषि मया देवं तथा शान्तिं कुरुस्मे सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय नमः स्नानं स्नानार्थे शुद्धोदकम् on the head. ओम पयोदधीतञ्चैव मधु च शर्करायुतं पञ्चामृतं मया नीतं स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृहीतां सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय नमः एकतन्त्रेणामृतं चामृतस्नानं समर्पयामि पञ्चामृतस्नानान्ते शुद्धोदकस्नानान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयम् one drop water, one. Adavaच प्रणम्य शीर्षादिवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं स्मरे नित्यम् आयु सिद्धे प्रथमं वक्तुण्डं जैकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं पुरुषमङ्गं गजवक्तं लम्बोदरं षष्ठं गणवेवज सप्तमं विघ्नराजं जयदुर्वृताश्रमं नवमं भालचन्द्रं च दशमं तु विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि दशविघ्नभयप्रसे विद्यार्थी लभते विद्यां धनार्थी लभते धनं पुत्रार्थी लभते पुत्रां मोक्षार्थी लभते गतिं जपेत गणपति स्तोत्रं षड्वासहि फलं संवत्सरं सिद्धिं च लभते नाथ संशयः अष्टाभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः सलिखित्वा यः समर्पय तस्य विद्या भवेत् सर्वा गणेशस्य प्रसादस्य सहित अभिषेकस्नानं समर्पयामि अभिषेकस्नानान्ते शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदकस्नानान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयं समर्पयामि विष्णवे नमः विष्णवे सर्वभूषादिकै सौम्ये रोगलज्जा निवारणे मयोपपादिते तुभ्यं वाससि प्रतिगृहीतां ह्रीं नवविष्णुं त्रिगुणं देवतामयं भुवीतं मया दत्तं गृहाणगणनाय सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय नमः वस्त्रोश्रयगृहीतं च समर्पयामि कुङ्कुमं कामनादिव्यं कामिन्या कामसम्भवं कुङ्कुमेन गृहाणगणनाय सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय समर्पयता च सुरस् मया निवेदिता भक्त्या गृहाण परमेश्वर मूर्ति માટે છે કાલે કૃષ્ણવે મૂર્તિ પપેરા મૂર્તિ માટે પપેરા હાલ્યાદિ ત્યાં મૂર્તિને આ મૂર્તિ हाल्यादीनि सुगन्धेनि मलत्यादीनि वै प्रभो मया हृतानि पूजार्थं गृहाणगणनाय सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय नमः पुष्पं पुष्पमालां च समर्पयामि करोमि होमबिलं च गुलालं च चूवाचन्दनमेव च सिन्दूरेण समायुक्तं गृहाणगणनाय सद्बुद्धि सहित महागजाननाय नमः सौभाग्य द्रव्याणि च समर्पयामि। वनस्पतिरसोद्भूतो गन्धाढ्यो गन्धोत्तमः आग्रे सर्वदेवानां गृहाण धूपमुत्तमं सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। साज्यं च वल्लिसंयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया दीपं गृहाण देवेश त्रैलोक्यदेवरावः सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। दीपं दर्शयामि दीपार्थे अच्मन्यम् शर्करा खण्डखाद्यानि तदिक्षीरसतानि च आशभोज्यं च नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीतां सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। प्राणाय स्वाहा अपानाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा स्वाहा। ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा अपानाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा भ्रमणे स्वाहा। ओके, सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। दिव्यं गवल्लीदलयुतं ईलादिचूर्णसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलम् अर्पयामि ते हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेमबीजं भावसो अनन्तपुण्यफलदं प्रशान्तिं देशमे सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। उपवासदैवुगिफलताम्बूलं स हिरण्यदक्षिणां समर्पयामि। कदलीगर्भस्थं भूतं कर्पूरं च प्रदीपितम् आरावशमेव लोभव यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तकृतानि च सर्वाणि नश्यतोषां पदे पदे नानासुगन्धिपुष्पाण्डुकालोद्भवानि च पुष्पाञ्जलिप्रदानेन गृहाण गणनायक सतिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। आराध्यं कलशना तथा च मन्त्रपुष्पाञ्जलिपुष्पान् च समर्पयामि। नमस्करोमि। ॐ रक्ष रक्ष गणाध्यक्ष रक्ष त्रैलोकरक्षक त्राता भव भवार्णव वरदत्वं वरदेहि वाञ्छितं वाञ्छितार्थद द्वये मातुर्रूपा सिन्धो शाणमातुराग्रजप्रभो तानि भरतोस्तु सदा मम सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। विशेषार्घ्यादिनारिकेल उदुकालोद्भवानि कदलीफलं च सव वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभो निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। आवाहनं न जानामि तवार्चनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षमस्व गणनायक सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागजाननाय नमः। प्रार्थनापूर्वं क्षमापणं याचयामि। नमस्करोमि। अनेन भोजन सिद्धिबुद्धिसहितमहागणप्रियन्दाम् हेमरूप्यादि समतं ताम्रजं सुदृढत्वं कलशं ज्योतिकल्मासं छिद्रवर्णं विवर्जितं। जीवनं सर्वजीवानां पावनं पावनात्मकं बीजं सुरसना च तज्जलं पूरयाम्यहं सूत्रं कार्पासं ब्रह्मणा जीवितं पुरा येन बद्धं जगत्सर्वसन्नं कलशस्य च देवेभ्यः पूर्वतो जाता देवेभ्यः श्रेयं शतं तनुजां जीवनं जीवनाय च विविधं पुष्पसञ्जातं देवानां प्रतिवर्धनं क्षिप्तं यत्कारतं कवशेकक्षिपाभ्यं दुर्वेह्यं शतमूलशतं शतभागशतकाश्यवर्धिरे। अश्वत्थोल्बुल पंचभंगा इधे प्रोक्ता सर्वकर्म सुशोभनः धान्यौषधी मनुष्याणां जीवनं परमं शुद्धं क्षिप्तं यत्कारकं कलशे प्रक्षिपाम्यहम् हो हिरण्यगर्भगर्भसं हेमबीजं विभावसो अनन्तपुण्यफलदः कलशे क्षिपाम्यहं ह्रीं अश्वस्थानात् गजस्थानात् वल्मीकात् संगमादृदात् राजद्वारात् च गोमुष्टात् कनकं कुशनिलं पद्मरागं च मोदि एतानि पंचरत्नानि कलशे प्रक्षिपाम्यहम् पिधानं सर्ववस्तूनां सर्वकार्यार्थसाधनं सम्पूर्णः कलशो येन पात्रं तत् कलशोपरि नमस्ते स्फटिकप्रभाय सुश्वेतहाराय सुभाषहस्ताय यजसासनाय जलाधिनाथाय नमः सर्वोपचारार्थे कुंकुमं समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि भो ब्राह्मणाः मह्यं सवितुर्यासुलक्ष्मणाय पुण्याहं भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तो अस्तु पुण्याहम् अस्तु पुण्याहम् अस्तु पुण्याहं भो ब्राह्मणाः मह्यं सवितुर्यासुलक्ष्मणाय कल्याणं भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तु अस्तु कल्याणम् अस्तु कल्याणम् अस्तु कल्याणं भो ब्राह्मणाः मह्यं सवितुर्यासुलक्ष्मणाय वृद्धिं भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तु कर्मोदितां 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 भो ब्राह्मणाः मह्यं सुखमाणाय स्वस्ते भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तु आयुष्यमते स्वस्ति भो ब्राह्मणाः मह्यं सुखमाणाय श्रीरस्ति भवन्तो ब्रुवन्तु अस्तु श्री अस्तु श्री अस्तु श्रीः Four times. मेन पुण्यवाजनाकेन कर्मजामप्रियन्ताम् ॐ गणेश भूमिकादेव गौर्यादि गन्धो हे कल्याणो निर्विघ्नं कुरुतादरं श्रियादिदेव्य सदा पूज्या सप्तमै कल्यायानि प्रयच्छन्तु सकुटुम्बस्मै सदा यदङ्गत्वेन भूदेव्य पूजिताविधिमागतः कुर्वन्तु कार्मिकं निर्विघ्नने प्रदुद्भवं ह्रीं श्रीव्यासो हनुमान् विभीषणः कृपः परशुरामश्च सप्तैते क्षीरजीविनः सप्तैतान् संस्मरे नित्यं मार्कण्डेय तथा एतांश्चिन्तुम् आयुकामः सिद्धे पिता पितामहश्चैव तथैव प्रपितामहः प्रमातामहकादया एते भवन्तु सुकृताः येन बद्धो बलिराजा दानवेन्द्रो महाबलः तेन त्वाम् अभिवदनामहे चल 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 So this one, hold one spoon water in the left palm. Hold the spoon with the left hand, right. And sprinkle water 3 times in the Havan pot. Rima Bhavitra Bhavitra Sarvavasnadvaya Sparit Pundarikaksham Subhaya Gandhan Sujehi Bhavitra Vastu Swasti Stuya Vinashakya Dharma Kalyana Siddhi Nayakam Priya Nitya Kancha Swasti Bruvanduna Devaya Tuyatu Dhana Vishnu Devaya Janam Rakshasva Skaran Bhave Ava Stapayami Om Kundastha Devataya Namaha Sarvopachararthe Gandha Samarpayami Namaskaromi in the Havan. Take the spoon from the ghee pot, empty spoon, not with the ghee. Take the spoon to the bottom and put it in the center. Om Agnim Prajavedam Vande Jatavedam Hutashanam Hiranyavarnamam Samudho Vishwadhomugam Shantige Vardhanamagnim Stapayami. Leave the spoon in the pot. Rari Tripurandakari Anu Shashi Bhu Drishya Shukra Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shantikara Bhavan. Devanam Maya Bhujan Bhuvan Surasatama Suryaya Namaha Chandramase Namaha Bhumaya Namaha Chiraya Namaha Rahave Namaha Ketave Namaha Ishwaraya Namaha Umaya Namaha Skandhaya Namaha Vishnave Namaha Brahmane Namaha Indraya Namaha Yamaya Namaha Kalaya Namaha Chitraguptaya Namaha Agnaya Namaha Adyo Namaha Indraya Namaha Vishnave Namaha Indraya Namaha Indraya Namaha Prajapataye Namaha Sarvebhyo Namaha Brahmane Namaha Ganapataye Namaha Durgaya Namaha Vayave Namaha Akashaya Namaha Ashvibhyam Namaha Vastuspadaye Namaha Shadravalaya Namaha Indraya Namaha Yamaya Namaha Dirudaya Namaha Varunaya Namaha Vayave Namaha Kuberaya Namaha Ishanaya Namaha Brahmane Namaha Anandaya Namaha Rimbadishta Sarvadevanam Mitra Varunadita Pradipandalai Devutai Revaramyam Sushobhanam Digam Yam Sushobhanam Divyam Sarvasam Yamaya Gruhanam Parmeshwara Adityadi Navrahadaika Vyun Shatancha Savarvayami Om Sarvabhushadike Somye Lokalajjani Varane Navavistan Tigunade Upavitam Maya Dattam Gruhanam Savarvayami Chandanam Divyam Gandharya Sumanoharam Pranam Chandanam Akshada Maya Nivedita Bhaktya Duhana Parameshwara Om Malya Maya Hradani Pushmana Grahadevta Vyonamaha Gandhakshalsmanim Savarvayami Mancha Ratna Mokshapradan Tubhyam Arvayami Hari Kevalalanja Chubha Chandanamevacha सिंदूरेण समायुक्त गृहा आदित्यादीन गृहदेवता सौभाग्यद्रव्येण कुशिदलानि च समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि सोद्भूतो गन्धाढ्यो ताज्यच्यवति संयुक्तं वहनिना योजितं मया दीपं गृहाणदीपेशद्रैलोक्यदीरापः आदित्यादीनवधूपादिदीपादि नमस्करो शर्कराखण्डखाद्यानि दधिक्षीरधुतानि च आहारं भक्ष्यभोज्यं च नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीतम् आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो फलं महद्दिव्यं नागवल्लीतरयुतं किलादिचूर्णसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थं हेतुबीजं वावसु अनन्तपुण्यं इन्द्रेशमे आदित्यादीनं गृहदेवतौ स हिरण्यदक्षप्रसादं समर्पयामि कदलीगर्भं च प्रदीपितम् आराधिकृष्णे वधो च जन्मादि सर्वसंदशान्तपदे नानां सुगन्धिपुष्पादिकालोद्भवा निर्वहाण परमेश्वर आदित्यादि आराधिकं प्रदक्षिण तथा च मन्त्रपुष्पं गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारं केशवं प्रति गच्छति आदित्यादीनं गृहदेवताभ्यो नमः प्रातरावरुगं विशेषार्याते नमस्करोमि आवाहनं न जानामि चैव न जानामि आदित्यादीनं गृहदेवताभ्यो स्वापनं याचामि अनेन पूजनेन आदित्यादीनं गृहदेवताभ्यो take the sound of this nearby. Sit, put down the sound on one side, keep nearby you and take the key. Fine. Rim Prajavadai Swaha Rimindraya Swaha Rimagnai Swaha Rim Somaya Swaha शांति के वरदनाभाग्ने नमस्कारान् भावे पूजयामि शांति के वरदनाभाग्ने विद्यार्थिकृतं समर्पयामि स्वाहा ह्रीं ब्रह्मणे नमस्कारान् भावे ओम स्वाहा ओम गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे प्रियाणान्त्वा प्रियपतिगुं हवामहे निधीनान्त्वा निधिपतिगुं हवामहे अव्यानिकरथं वा त्वमजांसिकरथं गं गणपतये स्वाहा सामग्री put this punji in the samagri mix it nicely. इत्यादीनां ग्रहदेवताय स्वाहा सूर्याय स्वाहा सूर्याय स्वाहा सूर्याय स्वाहा सूर्याय स्वाहा चंद्रवसे स्वाहा चंद्रवसे स्वाहा चंद्रवसे स्वाहा चंद्रवसे स्वाहा भौवाय स्वाहा भौवाय स्वाहा भौवाय स्वाहा भौवाय स्वाहा आय स्वाहा बुधाय स्वाहा बुधाय स्वाहा बुधाय स्वाहा बृहस्पतये स्वाहा बृहस्पतये स्वाहा बृहस्पतये स्वाहा बृहस्पतये स्वाहा शुक्राय स्वाहा शुक्राय स्वाहा शुक्राय स्वाहा शुक्राय स्वाहा शनैश्चराय स्वाहा शनैश्चराय स्वाहा शनैश्चराय स्वाहा शनैश्चराय स्वाहा राहवे स्वाहा राहवे स्वाहा राहवे स्वाहा राहवे स्वाहा केतवे स्वाहा केतवे स्वाहा केतवे स्वाहा केतवे स्वाहा ईश्वरायै स्वाहा ईश्वरायै स्वाहा उमायै स्वाहा उमायै स्वाहा स्कन्दाय स्वाहा स्कन्दाय स्वाहा विष्णवे स्वाहा विष्णवे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा इंद्राय स्वाहा इंद्राय स्वाहा यमाय स्वाहा यमाय स्वाहा कालाय स्वाहा कालाय स्वाहा चित्रगुप्ताय स्वाहा चित्रगुप्ताय स्वाहा अग्नये स्वाहा अग्नये स्वाहा अदभ्यः स्वाहा अदभ्यः स्वाहा धरायै स्वाहा धरायै स्वाहा विष्णवे स्वाहा विष्णवे स्वाहा इंद्राय स्वाहा इंद्राय स्वाहा इंद्राण्यै स्वाहा इंद्राण्यै स्वाहा प्रजापतये स्वाहा प्रजापतये स्वाहा सर्पेभ्यः स्वाहा सर्पेभ्यः स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा गणपतये स्वाहा दुर्गाय स्वाहा वायवे स्वाहा आकाशाय स्वाहा अश्वेभ्यां स्वाहा वास्तुस्पदये स्वाहा चक्रवालाय स्वाहा इंद्राय स्वाहा अग्नये यमाय स्वाहा हृदये स्वाहा वरुणाय स्वाहा वायवे स्वाहा कुबेराय स्वाहा ईशानाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा अनन्त स्वाहा सूर्यं तेन्दु च पदवे तन्मङ्गलो मङ्गलं तद्बोधिं च बुधो गुरुश्च गुरता शुक्रं सुखं राहुर्बाहुबलं करोतु हितं केतुकुलस्योन्नते नित्यं प्रीतिकरा भवन्तु Adityadi Navagraha Yes. To put little ghee, you can. Again, take some rich. I Om Namo Vasudevaya Swaha Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha Vasudevaya Swaha Om Vasudevaya Swaha Om Vasudevaya Swaha Om Vasudevaya Swaha Om Namo Vasudevaya Swaha Om Vasudevaya Swaha Om Vasudevaya Swaha Om Yes Swaha Rimagrimaya Sarvat 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 Swaha Srimad Sahit Mahavijaranaya Namaha Adityadinam Grahadevatabhyo Namaha Shantige Vardhanam Uttar Bhujana Samagrive mix everything the toilet sound Rimagnai Spishtagrudai Swaha Spishtagrudai Swaha Rimagnai 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 Spishtagrudai Swaha take ghee, you will proper ghee. Rai Swaha, Rim Vayave Swaha, Rim Suryaya Swaha, Rim Agnimraviham Swaha, Rim Agnimraviham स्वाहा ह्रीं अग्नये अयसे स्वाहा ह्रीं वरुणाय सवित्रे विष्णवे विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो मृणायादित्यादिदेव स्वाहा ह्रीं प्रजापतये स्वाहा. Everybody please stand. You're going to offer the coconut. If necessary, put more wood, please. Sukrtinam bhavane swalakshmi atmana hridayeshu buddhiti shraddha kulajana prabhavasya lajja tantva annatasma देवी विश्वं देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियता अस्मताम् ॐ मदः ॐ इदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते स्वाहा. Very nice speech, Swana. You start right now. Start right now. Okay? You can start. Om vaso pavitra shadadharam vaso pavitramade sahasradharam deva swasavita punatu vaso pavitrena shatadharena subha kamadukshasva. What? Okay. Take the spoon, empty spoon from the gate. Yeah, empty spoon. In the fire, take little ash. Ganesh. Wait. Plug.
Yes.
Fasten for everybody. Now we are getting ready for the aarti, and now we can put the prasad here. And put the tulsi. Yes, we can. सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गले शिवे शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नमोस्तुते नमोस्तुते नारायणी देवा Somebody can please come here for please come this side. Stenaatmavivandanam Jagneya Jagnamaya Tadevastani Dharmani Prahamanya Sannadehanagam Mahima Prasasandajatra Purve Katya Santi Deva Avahanandaya Ram Chaiva Najana Eksham Shva Svara Siddhivati Jai Mahalaya Aditya Aditya Kshama Prana Samapaya Sparo Devyandu Devgana Sarvashakta Pujita Maya Ishtakama Prasidya Samundragamunaya Jagancha Gancha Surasreshta Swasthane Parameshwara Yatra Brahmadayo Devas Tatra Gancha Utashana Aneka Vandranam Sapriyandam Vishnave Namah Akala Mrityu Deva Padodagam Prityashare Panchamrut followed by Prasad. Havan food can be moved. You are this virtual cake, is ice high.
Householders. So what are the small Guru-Krishna
host for doing the whole part of this 7-day disciple of Bhagavatam. Jeremiah has got a rather busy schedule. Today is also the auspicious day of Gita Jayanti. So, yet a time for us for time for us for the closing ceremony. So, Jeremiah, thank you very much for that.
Always a pleasure.
What for us is not just physical that he does, but his subtle support for all of us for the work that we do. Always there. And for that,
Always pleasure. Keep doing good work.
Something else I want to say in addition to that. Also, Mr. Lambie, when he goes to Prayagraj to meet with Holy Tradition, gets translated for him. And all the Hindi that I've learned, I'm indebted to the time Jedibai picking it up from scratch to where I got to now. There are extreme patience on his side, extreme patience on his side. Indebted to Jedibai, the school is indebted to Jedibai as well. And from India, and there are a lot of aspects that are unclear. Jedibai gives a lot of time to them as well. Willingly, and it's just very magnanimous of him. Thank you, Jedibai. Just want to say this. This concludes, and we've now formally concluded it with the fire sacrifice of the Havan. Thank you all for joining us. Join us next year.